Guys, it's been a while and I'm going to give you an update about the craziness that's been happening in my life lately with TTC. So, I decided to give you a change of scenery. I'm in my basement. The lighting's actually better down here, surprisingly, than in my living room. But, anyways, I will just cut to the chase. My last cycle, or my last menstruation, period, AF, whatever, it was really painful, and I'll just give you a little history. I have had a really painful period since I was about 13. Every doctor we've talked to has just said, well, that's normal, you get cramps with your period. But I mean, it's to the point where I would have to either call out of school, go home from school early, call out of work, not every time. Prior to that, I would just over-medicate myself with over-the-counter drugs like Advil. But that would only take the edge off. But anyway, and then when I was like 19 to age 26, I was on birth control, and it, helped a little bit. I still had some mild cramping, but long story short, I'll get back to my original story. This last cycle, my last period, it was really painful, and I had to leave work for half a day on the day it started, and I had to call out the next day because it was just so bad, and I was having very, very bad back pain, lower back pain, and the weird thing about it was it wasn't ending. After my period was done, I was still getting these sharp pains, my lower back and my right side, near my uterus, to the point where it was waking me up at night. Just a dull, aching pain that was always there. So it lasted about a week, and I've gotten this pain before when I didn't have my period, but it went away. But what was concerning me was it lasted for a full week. So what I did, I went to my primary care doctor, just decided to start there. They ruled out a GI problem or anything like that. So they said, you know what, call your OB, see if they can do an ultrasound on you. If they're booked and they can't do it, let us know, and we will order an ultrasound and sonogram to be done. So I called my OB, they were booked, and so I called the doctor back. I said, listen, they're booked, you need to get me into a hospital or something to do this. So they booked me into a local hospital. I had a regular ultrasound on my stomach, and then I had the sonogram, the wand, the vaginal procedure done. And when I was done, I asked her, the tech, and she can't interpret it, but I asked her, did you see anything? And she said, yeah, there's a mass there, but obviously I'm not a doctor, so I can't say what it is, but we will have your primary care doctor call you tomorrow with the results. And I noticed when she was doing the vaginal sonogram that it was hurting in certain places, that she was moving to the right where the pain is, and she would ask me, does this hurt, does this hurt? Here, and I was like, yeah, it feels like pressure and whatnot. So the next day, on Wednesday, my doctor called me back and said, there's a mass that's about 5 centimeters long, and we can't identify what it is. So we want to get you in and do an MRI. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, fine. So that's tomorrow. My MRI is tomorrow. In the meantime, something just clicked to me. My cousin, who is the same age as me, we're both 28, she has gone through infertility for 8 years. And it was never really talked about what her issue was. I haven't seen her. She lives in the Pittsburgh area, and she just recently moved to Canada. But I said to my mom, you know what, I should call her. I should give her a call. She gave me her number about a couple months ago on Facebook. I was like, you know what, my gut feeling, I need to call her and see if this is something hereditary that's going on in our family. And my mom did mention to me that she thought that she had endometriosis, but she wasn't sure. So I called her yesterday. Oh my goodness, it was the best talk we've ever had, because everybody else in my real life has not had to deal with infertility, so I feel like a freak. I feel like nobody understands and everyone just thinks I'm crazy and it's in my head, and everyone keeps telling me, relax, you'll get pregnant, whatever. But in talking to my cousin yesterday, it was like talking to myself. Every symptom she has, I have. And I'll do a separate video later about my symptoms. And mind you, I haven't been diagnosed yet, but my gut feeling is telling me I have endometriosis. Just everything makes sense about the symptoms, the issues I've been having. It's just like, it all makes sense. So she told me what to do to bypass all the crap she had to go through, which is why it took 8 years for her to self-diagnose herself with endometriosis. And this is what I'm going to be doing. She told me, I had to have an MRI done as well. I had a mass just like that. They're probably going to want to do a biopsy and whatever. She's like, you know what, let them do that. But in the meantime, find a specialist who specializes in endometriosis surgery. Find it, go to them. Tell them you're serious. Tell them you've had pain since you were 13. All your symptoms, tell them all that. And then in hindsight, tell them you have been trying for a year without getting pregnant. But she said stress, the pain. She told me I have an OB appointment, a regular OB appointment, in February. She told me, do not mention to your OB that you are infertile and that you've been trying for a year. What they will do is try to push the Clomid and all the drugs on you. And then she asked me, do you ovulate? I said, yes, I ovulate, and I do not have PCOS. I ruled that out. She said, because in my family, twins, triplets, all that runs in my family. My grandmother, she ovulates. I think they call it super ovulation. Anyways, she's passed that on to us, and I've had some cousins who've had twins, triplets or whatever. So I ovulate. I don't need Clomid to make me ovulate. I ovulate fine. That's not the problem. The problem is the endometriosis, which is blocking, my fallopian tubes, my uterus, everything. And a lot of times when you have it, you have miscarriages as well because the egg won't implant correctly, things like this. So anyways, she told me to bypass all that. Do not tell my OB that I've been conceiving. She said just go straight to a specialist. So I found a specialist. I live in Connecticut, and I found a specialist who does surgery in Greenwich, Connecticut, and that's where the surgery is done. It's in Greenwich Hospital, and his office is located in New York City, New York. So I set up a consultation today for January 16th. I am super excited about it. I not only researched, his testimonies from his website, but I researched like 5 other websites about what people have said. The only thing is now that I'm worried about is it's out of network. And I have out of network benefits, thank goodness. I called up my insurance. My insurance told me the maximum I would have to pay out of pocket, and they would pick up the rest, is like $2,000. I hope they're correct. I'm going to triple check that, call and get different people just to confirm that. But the problem is, since they're out of network, I have to dish out the money in advance. And this surgery can be anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000, depending on how bad your endometriosis is. We have money saved up, we do, but I might have to scrimp and save or maybe borrow some money from my parents. I will be reimbursed from my insurance, so I'm not worried about that. It's just getting the money up front. So please pray for me, guys. It's been a real roller coaster, but I really feel that this is the key. This is the answer. And my cousin, she got the surgery done. They told her, now you have a 90% chance of conceiving naturally. She's since, not with her husband, but she has a boyfriend now, and she's very hopeful. And I'm so happy for her. I'm really excited. I feel that this is the key. But ladies, endometriosis is a serious problem. People don't know much about it. Some people don't even have the painful period symptoms. Some people just have miscarriages a lot, or they just have unexplained infertility. You need to be checked for endometriosis. It's a very big issue, and a lot of doctors are not knowledgeable about it. So anyways, I just want to throw all that out there. Sorry this was jumbled, and I'm just trying to get it all out there before 10 minutes. So I'll talk to you later, ladies. Good luck. Thanks. Bye.